Welcome to Mixing Up Midlife, the weekly podcast for women in their 50s and beyond who want to explore this incredible age by being more adventurous and more curious. I'm Terri.
And I'm Melissa. And on this week's episode, it is our annual holiday episode. I can
Woo!
say annual because we've been doing this this is our fourth?
Fourth. Oh my God, fourth. Yes, 4 years. But also, we did not celebrate our 4-year anniversary.
We got to do better. We have so many plans to do these things and have a celebration and a giveaway and all this stuff, but we got to plan it. That's the problem, Terri.
It is a definite problem. And part of the problem is I am a terrible planner. I have great ideas. You have great ideas, but I'm not great with the follow through. However, planning and holidays, those things really go together. And I think it helps with alleviating stress.
Yes, one way or another, December 25th is going to arrive, so we better get ready for it. And now that
If you
the Golden
celebrate.
Bachelor is over, we actually can devote some time to it.
Yeah, that's
Because we've been
right.
not obsessed by that anymore. But weather report warning, it has not been Christmassy weather at all in Northern Virginia, but I am still going to get those cookie recipes out this weekend. Invite my oldest over to have some mulled cider and turn on some Christmas episodes. I think there's a new Great British Bake Off holiday. So I thought that could be a fun thing to do together. Although I did watch for, I think, the first time on my own as I was editing yesterday, Love Actually. I've never seen that.
What?
Yeah, I know. I'm bad. Because
Wow.
everyone's like, that's my favorite Christmas show. I'm like, well, I better watch it.
I don't know about favorite. What did you think of it?
I thought some things didn't age all that well. I didn't understand the romanticism of the guy going to his best friend's house and propositioning. I don't know what he was doing to
Silently stalking his wife.
Yeah, I thought that was a little
creepy.
creepy. But I loved that guy who was the aging rock star, whatever.
Oh, he's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I
really
loved
great.
his character and a lot of it. I love the guy who went to America.
The Minnesota, finding the Minnesota.
Yeah, that scene with all the girls. I thought that was
funny.
hilarious.
That was
So,
funny.
and I loved the fact that it was a big ensemble. What is that? What you call it? Just a lot
Yeah.
of different people, and it was just fun not taking anyone too seriously in it, I think. Well,
Yeah.
except the sad one where the husband
the-
buys the
oh,
necklace
yeah.
for the tart in the office.
Alan Rickman, R.I.P.
Were they actually together in the end or no?
I think they were.
Okay.
I don't know. Good question. Maybe we don't know that. It was a good classic movie. What's your favorite holiday movie?
I think we've talked about it before. Talk
sure
about
we
what's a
have,
good
but-
movie and what to me symbolizes Christmas and the holidays is my good old Scrooge.
You have a favorite one of the Scrooges?
The musical one that's
Oh,
totally
the musical. That's right.
corny. That
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That nobody else in my family likes. I
Yeah.
wrap my presents to it. And when I
Oh,
hear
that's
it, it thinks
nice.
it's a little creepy British old 70s or 60s or something, but I still love it. Again, there's certain things about Christmas that you don't have to be on trend, in fashion, or whatever holiday you celebrate at the time of year. It's nice to have these traditions and just have what makes you happy. So, Terri, I sent you what I thought was hilarious, a TikTok.
Yes.
So we're going to start with a TikTok talk, right?
Yes.
I found this funny TikTok. I sent it to you because it really, to me, symbolizes what I believe about the holidays. When I go into stores at the holiday season, and I rarely do that. Let's first preface with that. And everything is all decked out perfectly, and the decorations are stylish and minimal and beautiful.
Clean.
And you see the pictures. I'm like, that's not me. That's not what the holidays are about to me. So this is what I sent to you.
I don't know who needs to hear this. Well, actually, I do. It's boring people. But Christmas tree decorations are not supposed to be sleek and classy and minimalist. It's supposed to look like joy has thrown up in your house. Okay. It's supposed to be a little bit tacky. So loosen up buy yourself a tacky little Christmas decoration and stop taking yourself so seriously, because I promise you, no one is impressed.
I
Goes right
love
to
that the holidays should look like Joy threw up a little bit. That to me is 100%.
Yeah, I mean, we have the same decorations. I don't buy anything new for the holidays that are decorations, whether it's tree decorations, house decorations. If someone gives something to me, then it becomes maybe part of my collection. But I don't go out and buy holiday decor because what I love is taking the same stuff out every year and having that same warm holiday feeling every year, no matter what
Mm.
the actual decorations look like.
That's interesting that you said you don't buy new stuff. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. We have that big deck now, that big
Oh,
back
yeah,
deck.
well,
And I was like, I really want to light that up this year. We've been here in this house now. I think this will be our third Christmas. So this year, my husband and I
okay.
just went to Lowe's or Home Depot. Home Depot, the puppy came shopping with us.
Yay.
And we picked up white lights to put on the outside. Now, should I have done colored lights? It's the back of the house, really. I don't know who's going to see it except for people who walk down the beach path. And I don't know, I just
Yeah.
felt like white lights this year. However,
Mhm.
my tree is always colored lights, always. What do you do? Do you do colored or white?
We do white lights. I think we've always done white light. But
And
when I was a kid, I think they were colored.
growing up, we always had colored lights. But
The big
when,
old bulbs.
yeah, and I still
Yeah.
have some of the original ones.
Oh,
Boy,
cool.
you got to be careful using them.
Mhm.
But when me and my husband got together, we did white lights for a couple of years. And then I was like, I don't want to be so Martha Stewart about it.
Mhm.
And I wanted to just have Joy throw up all over my tree. So we have an original strand of colored lights and they get hot.
They do.
But we also have ornaments. They're not really ornaments. There's some stars and there's some bird cages, and they're pink plastic and blue plastic and yellow plastic. So I think they're
Mhm.
from the 50s or the 60s. And they have a little fan inside. So in order to make that fan move, you
You
have to
need the
put it over a
heat.
hot light. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
interesting.
So when my mom passed away, each of the kids had some of these little ornaments. And then my
Mhm.
husband bought some off of eBay. So now we have one strand of hot lights. And I'm like, oh, God, help us.
Just keep an eye on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how else to get that going. But our tree looks like trash, and I love it.
I'd say there's more people, no, maybe it's about half and half, that aren't even getting real trees anymore. I know there's some benefits to that. You can argue cutting down trees every year is not the most environmental thing to do, but mm,
Well, for tree farmers, that's their life. And it
right.
takes 7 years to grow a tree that's, I think, 5, 6 feet tall, something like that. So you're supporting a small business. That's one thing. They always replant. Another
Mhm.
thing. I think for a lot of people, allergies are an issue for pine.
Yes.
So I would totally get a fake tree if it was a good tree. And
Yeah,
I,
most people I know it's mostly an allergy reason.
mhm.
And did people just not have those allergies when we were kids? I don't know.
think that people
Mhm.
are more allergic to things than they ever were, and that's a whole different conversation. And not one for
Yeah,
today.
not one for today. We wanna stay in the holiday spirit
Yes.
and celebrate the seasons. Terry, we were talking about the fact that a lot of our podcast interviews this year or episodes led us to purchasing some things or
Yeah.
great ideas or it's things we would love to share with people because we had some amazing people on this year. We had some amazing products that they were doing or services that they did. And we
Yeah.
thought maybe this holiday episode is a good way to kind of highlight them and give the links so people can use them as ideas for themselves.
I think that's a great idea, Melissa. And you compiled a really great list, and I'm so thankful that you did that. So, do you want to start?
Well, sure. We can start with the number one on my list. And this is not in any particular order. This is just how I remembered him.
Mhm.
We had the wonderful Amy Wall on
Yeah.
episode 173. She is the Skintessa and had a line of skincare, which we both purchased.
Yeah, and a certain way of doing the skincare. We both purchased her trio, and it starts with a cleanser, a toner, and then a moisturizer.
And how do I look? I've been using it pretty religiously.
Same, same. And I think I look great. How do you look?
I think we both look marvelous.
The thing I like the most about Amy's products, I think it's called the Time Light Trio. And again, we will link it. They smell delicious. They feel so good. My skin feels great after. She has a whole method of affirmations while you're
Do you
doing
do
that.
your affirmation while you pat on the toner?
I kind of I kind of do. I
I
have
kind of
been.
do too.
And I got to say it's kind of nice to give yourself that moment of appreciation. I don't know if
Mhm.
it's how Amy intended it to be done, but it's the way I'm doing it, and I think it's lovely. I like it. And I love
And
the
they're
products.
natural.
Yeah,
They're very,
clean.
clean. Yes, that's the term.
Yeah,
So I don't know how long they last, but
I
I'm
think
using it all the time, so I probably will run out before they go bad. But usually with me, I buy stuff and then I just don't use it. This I'm
same,
actually using, so
same.
maybe it's the fact that I know that it's clean and will and does have an expiration date that kinda helps me
Right.
keep up
Well,
with it.
I do use it morning and night, which is
Me too.
something new for me because I
Mhm.
have been so lazy with my skincare for forever and
Right.
ever. Amen. Um, I really have been really good at this, and it's because I enjoy. I think the smell so much,
Mhm,
but
mhm.
totally off
Holiday.
episode, but still on skincare. I did buy the viral TikTok neck firming cream.
Yes. What's the verdict?
I think it's bullshit.
Okay. I don't
I
understand how that
yeah,
a cream can help.
I don't know. I was like, but does it make my neck soft? Oh, it's so soft. Do I put it on my chest and not see it quite as many lines on my chest? And is my chest super soft? So soft. Do I
Mhm.
put it on my knees? I absolutely do. But I
Why
think it's
not?
just one more layer. So, neck firming, absolutely not.
Well, that's like me when I told you I got the
Oh, the
stuff for
lip.
above my lip, and if I put too much on, I'm like, "Put it right there on the forehead where the other line is." Like, why not? I mean, if it's gonna help lines in one place, why does it
Exactly.
have to be a certain place in your face? Who knows?
I know. So, neck cream, knee cream, same thing.
Yeah.
All right. So, the one thing that you put on this list that I was so inspired by is you said you're doing stocking stuffers to encourage your family to lessen their waste. And that was because of our episode with Mala from the Zero Waste Store. And I think that is such a great idea, Melissa. I have been using Clean People detergent sheets. I don't have a
Mhm.
zero waste store near me anymore, but Clean People is fairly reasonable. I can link it and I will also link the Zero Waste Store, obviously. They're these little
Mhm.
sheets that you just rip up and put into your washer, and you don't have a big giant
Detergent. Mhm.
plastic thing of detergent anymore. I love it. And it
That's
gets
great.
things nice and clean. It's good.
And how do you feel about the smell of clean laundry? I used to
Okay.
love it, and now I'm like, to me, it kind of is chemically smelling, and I kind of associate it with that. So
That's so
I'm looking
interesting.
for that balance of knowing that it's nice and environmental and clean, but yet smells like clean laundry. Have you experienced that?
So the Clean People has a clean laundry smell to it,
Okay.
but I have noticed that my upstairs washer, which is a what do you call it when they have the front loader? Thank you.
Mhm.
It's a front loader.
Right.
And for whatever reason, the front loader, I never get that clean laundry smell the same way
Oh.
with a top loader. So
Oh, that's interesting.
we have a basement washing machine that came with the house. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
like, okay. And I usually will do the dog towels and things like that
In that one.
downstairs.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's amazing. And it smells nice, but it doesn't smell chemical at all. So I don't know if it's a difference between a high efficiency front loader.
That's interesting. I did look at because I bought not fabric sheets, but they're just like the little natural pellets for clothes washing. I haven't used them yet, but I looked at the instructions and I did say it's specifically you don't put your clothes in and then you put the pellet in. You put that in first and seems to make a difference. Maybe not for smells so much, but for keeping it clean.
I'm confused. You put the pellets in your washing machine
In the
first?
washing machine first before you put the clothes in.
Oh,
That's what the
interesting.
instructions said, at least. I
Okay.
haven't used it yet.
Enough of that. That has nothing to do
Yeah.
with gifts. Here we
No,
are,
sorry.
just
We're just having a normal conversation
chit-chatting. I
about laundry
know.
here.
This is my life. It's laundry.
Okay. So I'm not sure how excited my family is going to be to get toilet bowl pellets and Swedish dish towels
I
and
love
detergent
Swedish dish
pods
towel.
and but you know what? I'm tired of buying candy that they don't want or just drugstore, dollar store. I do not go to dollar stores at all, but things like that. Usually I find them still in their room in a bag after they go back to school or go back to their house, so I
Okay.
know it's not valuable.
Right, exactly. Our kids are older now, so
Yeah.
it's more about things that are useful and appreciated. And I think certainly for my daughter and my future son-in-law, they're very environmentally conscious. I think they would
Mhm.
really appreciate these things. I think my son has some appreciation for it, but not quite as much. And he would like different things in his stocking, but
Yeah,
that's it, like money. No.
right.
Just give me the money. He'll get a pack of playing cards or some darts, fun little things.
It's
But
all a balance, but
yeah,
yes.
I think that's a great idea. And I like that Mala and her zero waste store is an option. So, one of the other guests that we had on recently was Mara Lee Bromhall from Iola Wine, and that was episode 186. I love Mara Lee.
Yes, that was a great episode.
It really was. It was so interesting to hear all about women in wine and the winemakers and France and the champagne. I was really into the champagne
Oh,
part
yes.
of it, so much so that I think I am going to be a little disappointed if Santa does not bring me some champagne from Iola Wines.
Awesome.
Yes, I did ask for that. So we'll see if I get it. And that is something all of you can ask for too. And I think you should. The champagne is twice a year, and I think there are 4 bottles in a package. You have to be in one of the 9 states, I think she said.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I definitely think if you haven't heard that episode, go back and listen to it and know the many reasons you should buy this wine or buy her package or whatever it is. Just the whole idea of supporting female winemakers and that she's vetted this wine.
Yeah.
You're not just doing it because they're female. This is real quality stuff, man.
And clean.
And clean. Yes, we're all into clean this year. I guess that's our theme of the year.
Clean. All right. What else is on this list?
Well, based on some of our past episodes, remember when we were going to have a book club, Terry?
I do remember. Well, we tried it once and
We started,
it was fun.
and we really enjoyed talking about books. And some of the books that were our favorites this year was Lessons in Chemistry, which
Loved.
they did make a series out of. But go read the book. Did you watch
Absolutely.
the series, Terry?
Still haven't watched the series. I can't. I
Yeah,
think
I'm not
it's
really even interested in it because the book was so good, and a lot of the reason we liked it was the narration, so I don't know of how that would translate.
yeah, I don't know either. I mean, I'll give it a shot when I have nothing else to watch for sure. But
Okay.
think books in general are fantastic options. And since we're on this journey, why don't you shop from bookshop.org
Yes.
or
Your local,
local
friendly local
bookstore?
bookstore.
Exactly. Or
Mhm.
here's an option. I went to a library on Monday and they had a whole section of books that you could buy as gifts. They were
Wow.
pre-read and I was like, that's fantastic. So I did buy one of those for my daughter. Whoop, I hope
It's a
she
great
doesn't listen
idea.
to this podcast.
Oops. Well, we also read The Reading List, which was another amazing book. The Reading List we talked about on episode 149. Going back to lessons in chemistry, which was our real book club talk, we did that on episode 157.
Yep.
But I did also mention for those of you who are aspiring filmmakers or writers, we talked about The Anatomy of a Story on episode 176. The author is John Truby. And that is just a really good, almost textbook on what makes a good story, what makes a good story come to life as a movie or as the story itself, as a novel. I still have not even finished it because it is so detail oriented and I have to really stop and think about each chapter when I read it. So it's a good one for those of you who have an interest.
All right. And staying on the books, if you have a solo traveler want to be or wannabe,
Right.
we had Catherine on episode 154. She is the 5 kilo traveler and she wrote a book. And I think that would be a really fun gift to give to somebody who wanted to travel solo, just as an option or a thought of maybe you could do this too. I think that would be a great gift.
Continuing in the traveling theme,
Yes, I want to travel all the time.
yeah, so say you are a solo traveler, you have the book, and then you have to figure out where to go. Well, you go to the website we talked about, and I don't have the episode number down for this. We interviewed Sue Ann from Sister Stay.
Yes.
That episode was all about her program that she has where if you are a female solo traveler, there's a list in all different countries of people who have been vetted by her that you can actually go stay with them.
Yeah, I think it's so cool. If it's not for you and you know somebody who could benefit from this, maybe a little gift would be here's the website. Why don't I help you through booking this? I think it would be really cool. The other option is you could always work with a travel advisor. And we had Pat Ogle Collins on episode 163. And Pat does she does all sorts of travel, but I think she just completed yet another Antarctica.
She did. Pat is actually in my community, and I met her through a business association. So I just saw her at a business function, and she had just gotten back from Antarctica for the second time. And
Wow.
before that, she was actually in Rwanda in the jungle. I mean, the animals and everything she saw there. It was just fascinating. So
Wow.
now let me preface this. This is not going to be your typical gift under the tree. We understand that, but it is a gift of a lifetime. If you want to gift it for you and your significant other, or even on your own as part of a tour, I just think that's just an amazing experience. And a lot of these places are not going to be the same for very many
Oh
years,
gosh.
unfortunately.
That is
So
so true.
there's no time like the present.
That's well, for all of it, because time is not promised.
And that
Um,
too. Yes.
as Teresa and Gary keep telling us.
Yes. Which
Had
is
to
why
throw
they are
that in there
rushing to
some
the
way.
altar. We got to bring back to Golden Bachelor.
But, if we're talking travel and adventure and all this great stuff, why don't we really go out on a limb and big adventures of a lifetime? And we had the amateurs abroad on episode, I can't 168, was it?
168.
Good job, Melissa. Oh my God, thank you. So why not buy a house in Italy?
Why not? Because it's probably a whole lot cheaper than that trip to Antarctica.
That's right. I think it is a lot cheaper.
I think so.
They specialize in Sicily, Italy, in this one town called Musamelli. There are so many people doing this all over Sicily. I find it fascinating
I do
that
too. It's a
buying a
whole
house,
community.
it really is. I don't know if I would, I really did think about this, living abroad or buying a
Mhm.
house abroad. I don't know that I would want that. Having a second home is hard to begin with.
Mhm.
I don't want I don't want that much. I don't want that much care. I really don't.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to worry about something else somewhere else that's really hard to get to and then relying on other people. But I think it's a funny gift
Yeah.
idea.
Was she saying that program is technically you could buy it for how much money?
So parts of Italy, certain towns in Sicily, and I think throughout Italy have a €1 program. It's €1. So there are so many things that you have to do within a certain amount of time
Okay.
in order
Like,
to qualify for that.
so
Like
it's
you
gonna
have
be a
to
lot more, but wouldn't it
a
be
hundred.
so funny to say to someone, "Here's your gift. I bought you a house in Sicily, Italy. You have to do all the other stuff, but
And then walk away and go, bye.
what a great gag lift."
Oh my gosh. Do you know who could do that though? Your husband.
Oh, because you could fix it up? Yeah.
He could totally do that. Your husband can fix anything. It is very good to have somebody who can do all of that.
It is. We talk about living the pioneer life and live off the land and be self-sustainable and stuff in certain times, so I'm pretty confident we could do that with because of him, not because of me. I'll just take pictures of it all.
Yeah, no, no, no. I like the idea and the romanticizing of it all, but when it comes to reality, I like my comfort. I really do. That's a hard life. Have you watched those shows where these people are in like outback Alaska and they're starving?
No, I watch the YouTube videos where it looks like everything is beautiful and the music is playing
Right.
and they're walking outside with their
Snowshoes.
dresses and yeah, on snowshoes and it's romantic. No,
Right.
that's the reality, right? What you see
Right.
on Instagram and on YouTube.
And let's wrap this up in a nice little bow and just remember that the holidays are really what you want to make of it. And we really want you to enjoy your holidays, whatever way makes you happy. It's about family and connection and coziness
And love.
and love.
Let's spread the love, people. We need more
Okay.
of it out there.
God, do we ever? Melissa, I think this was also a wrap up of our year and
Yeah, to just kind of think about all the amazing people we met this year, all the things we learned about.
seriously, this has been so cool to talk to so many people, to
Mhm.
experience what they're doing in different parts of the world and different parts of the country and support them in whatever way we actually can. It's been a great year. It's been so much fun.
Yes, it's always fun. Let's keep it up. Let's do another year.
Another year.
This isn't our last episode of the year, but we wanted to get the holiday quote gift guide out while you
Really
still had
do.
time to do some shopping or get inspired.
Exactly.
And we're not getting any profits from anything. None of this is sponsored, by the way.
No, these are just things
We
that we believe in.
exactly.
Nice way to wrap it up. You can DM us on Instagram, Mixing Up Midlife. You can leave us a voicemail on our website. That's mixingupmidlife.com. You can join our Facebook group, and that is Mixing Up Midlife as well. Or you can email us at mixingupmidlife@gmail.com. I will see you next week, Miss Melissa.
All right. Have a great week. Hope we get some holiday weather looking our way, but in a good way.
In a good
A
way.
little fluffy snow, but still not too cold.
Okay, that's slush.
No, fluffy snow.
Have a great week. Bye.
Bye.
I'm glitching. I personally am glitching. We're so awkward sometimes.